see in our slides is the word school, because we are a teaching and learning laboratory for imagination and inquiry. We're also a state agency. We were actually founded by the state of Illinois with 2 legislative charges. The first is to provide a uniquely challenging education for the top mathematics and science students in Illinois. So we are a residential school. The students come from across Illinois, every corner of Illinois, from urban Chicago to downstate Farina. And Farina, not unlike Cedarville, I don't even know if it has 3 stoplights in it. They come from all over. We have 650 students on campus. But our second legislative charge is to stimulate excellence in mathematics and science throughout the entire state of Illinois. So in a given year, we will serve about 2,000 students who don't attend IMSA. Students in grades 4 through 9 primarily. Our campus is just 10th through 12th graders. And we'll serve about 400 to 500 teachers across the state of Illinois. We have a bold new strategic plan. We talk about personalized learning for our students on campus. But for our outreach, we talk about expansion and innovation to provide opportunities and access for the thousands of talented students across the great state of Illinois. And after this, ideally beyond, as we look to network with the other institutions here. And I don't have a remote, so I'm just going to have to go on to the next one. Sorry, thank you. Oh, there it is. Not that I could use it anyway. Okay, got it. Thanks. So we use a Cambridge model for strategic planning, which by definition means your mission statement is really long, which has some problems. So, but the first part about our the mission, the world's leading teaching and learning laboratory for imagination inquiry, that's really our aspiration. What everybody at IMSA knows, including our 650 students, is our reason for being, our central purpose, which is there in blue, to ignite and nurture, I don't even have to read this slide, creative, ethical, scientific minds, and at this point I asked all the students to fill it in, that advance the human condition. And I know that's what brought us here today too, because we believe that through mathematics and science we can make people's lives better. So that's our mission, about advancing the human condition, and we have some really nifty ways of doing that. And I pointed something. There we go. So when we talk about imagination, inquiry, innovation, and action, what you'll see when you come to IMSA is you won't see students sitting in desks. You'll see kids learning and doing. We had 9 legislators on campus for 9/11, and one said, the students are actually learning how to think. Where are the rows? Where are the desks? What they see are laboratory activities. Our first course, our initial course, or one of our 2 initial courses actually in science, it's not biology, and Leon, with Leon here, I can't even say it's physics first. But what it is, it's methods in scientific inquiry, taught by Joe Trena, one of the teachers who teaches over here, and Diane Hinterlawn, our science department chairman. Methods in scientific inquiry, we teach kids how to do science. See, we distinguish between real science and school science. They learn how to read scientific literature. They learn some statistical tests. They learn how to develop a hypothesis, and then they have to not only conduct an experiment with a team, but they have to present it as well. We teach them how to communicate their findings. That's their initial class, one of their 2 initial classes. The second one is a combined biology, chemistry, and physics class. So what else they do with this? Thanks to Branson Lawrence, who's over here, last year, and our students, because it was their idea, started the IMSA Energy Center, because they are going to be the ones to solve the issues of climate change. And so they said, Dr. McGee, we really want to work on this. And Dr. McLaren, our principal and vice president of academic programs, we want to work on energy. So what the students did is literally build an energy house. So it's kind of neat when kids are there 24 hours a day, because they can do sports clubs and then you can put them to work on the weekends. So this is, I think, a Sunday afternoon, and they're building an energy house. It's literally a house on a trailer that we take around to schools in the area, and it's all run on sustainable energy. The kids designed and engineered their own wind turbines. There's a solar panel on there. They use the cafeteria waste for diesel generator. Well, our kids also, as part of advancing the human condition, we want them to teach other students. So we have the Kids Institute. They run assemblies for elementary students. And then in the summer, they run camps on campus for students, day camps, students in the area. And they also help run residential camps. We have residential camps on campus and residential camps downstate in the Metro East area in collaboration with one of the state universities. That's a Kids Institute. So I love that last presentation, or the last three presentations talk about how do you get kids interested in mathematics and science. We find a good way to do is have our students teach younger students. Our Excellence 2000, our signature program, where we work with primarily urban students, after-school programs, but we also teach the teachers of these students how to teach with imagination and inquiry, and have some pretty nifty results. A very quick video about what students experience.
I'll never forget the first class we had. We just walked in there and they gave us some cardboard and duct tape and said, create a functioning boat that can sail back and forth in the pool.
I really like the lab experience and integrating that with the coursework that allows me to learn and retain more information.
So one of the, that kind of talked a little about how they work. Again, the distinction between real science and school science. Well, we put this to the test because on Wednesdays the students don't have class. There's no classes on Wednesday. The sophomores have leadership training, communications training, navigation, really learning about each other, learning about leadership, learning about communication, and really, frankly, learning to deal with a challenging environment. The juniors and seniors, however, about 80% of them do independent research projects with mentors who are not on campus. They work with University of Chicago, Northwestern University, Argonne, Fermilab. They go off campus. And these are examples of three projects. I had to use titles that I could pronounce. Because, believe me, some of these students work in labs and work with chemicals and biology and things. I can't even pronounce the titles. But they do this original research. Several of them have already published their research. Sushma up here did her work on DNA-coded drug nanoparticles, a novel approach to drug delivery. That drug delivery was insulin. And she is actually, for her work, and she received an 8-year scholarship to Pittsburgh. I didn't know you could get an 8-year scholarship. I mean, that's what people think of these students. So they do this research, and then they present it at Ipsiloquium, which is not just walking around and looking at posters. We certainly have the poster sessions, but all the students at Ipsiloquium have to make a presentation, a 15-minute presentation of their research, their methodology, their findings, and these are graded. This is part of the expectation of being an IMSA student. Dr. Shepler over here runs our SIR program, so she can give you a lot more details about that. But it's truly an inspiration to see what these young minds can do when they're given the support, when they're given the mentorship, and the connections with the outside partners. I think we have a quick video of some of the students talking about their work.
We don't have classes on Wednesday, so students have the opportunity to go explore other research.
They have this unique experience of witnessing actual scientific research being conducted in their partner, and very often they contribute to it in a significant way.
I had a mentorship at Loyola University Medical Center.
The U.S. Hispanic Leadership Institute.
The Rehabilitation Institute in Chicago. Because of the research that I did at this mentorship, I went to 2 international science fairs, one in Korea